What's up, YouTube? Mine's Life here.
Mine's Life.
Yes, and we're back with Getting the Love You Want on day 17.
Yes.
Day 17. And tonight we're talking about what?
Ooh, cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
Made this.
How can you fix your marriage? You embarrassed, they be laughing at all them broken promises and flowers don't be passing back. You can get this course for no divorce, so just imagine that. 12 weeks of Mine's Life will save you from the avalanche. How can you fix your marriage? You can fix your marriage. How can you fix your marriage? How can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Mine's Life, we can fix your marriage. 12 weeks of Mine's Life, how can you fix your marriage? 12 weeks of Mine's Life, help you fix your marriage.
What's up, YouTube? Mine's Life here.
Mine's Life.
Yes, and we're back with Getting the Love You Want on day 17.
Yes.
Day 17. And tonight we're talking about what?
Ooh, cross-examination.
Cross-examination.
Yes.
You know it gets heated when you get cross-examinated.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like people get interrogated? You know, so people ask you all these questions. I was like, man, what do you do? Do you close up? Do you say no? I don't want to deal with it. Or do you meet them with anger? Do you get aggressive? Do you try to get louder than they do to try to shut that person down? What do you do? What is your tactic for feeling that somebody is examining you, asking you all these questions and just bump, just back to back to back? Do you have this? Do you have that? You know, what is your reaction? How do you react to it?
So we're just going to do a little role playing. And we're going to introduce two of our friends.
Yeah. Hey, this is James. And James is here and he's going to help us do some acting, some scenes for us, okay?
And then I am Angela.
Yes. So, hello, Angela.
Hi, James.
Very nice to meet you.
Oh,
very,
so good
very
to
nice
see
to
you.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as
Yes.
well.
I'm ready. Are y'all ready to see this thing? Y'all ready to do this? Let's do it.
All right. So, James, where have you been all day?
I have been with my friends. I've been with my friends. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to be transparent. You know what I'm saying? We've had some things in the past.
What friends were you with?
Well, friends from work. Yes, friends from work.
Friends from work.
Yeah.
What were their names?
Had to clear my voice there. One was named Leon, and then the other one was named Tyrone.
So Leon and Tyrone.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We just kind of hung out, we relaxed, talked about some stuff, all this stuff, with sports, sports has been real weird. It's been weird, and we've been, talking about, football and stuff like that, stuff that, that the women don't want to talk about, you know what I'm talking about.
Where'd you go to have this conversation at?
At my friend Tyrone's house now.
And where does Tyrone live?
And then Ken and them came over there, and then we was hanging out, then we started talking, then we was going to fry some fish, and then it turned out to be a whole thing.
Where does Tyrone live?
Tyrone live about, about an old high school. If you go by the old high school, and then you take a left at the Circle K, then over by that way.
Yeah. Let me see your phone.
My phone?
Yes.
Why would you need, do you have a phone?
Because my GPS on my phone says that you was on the other side of town, not over there by the old high school.
The GPS is, okay, let me tell you what, the phone was, I lost my phone.
You lost your phone now?
I lost it. It was
Is
gone.
that because you don't want to show me the phone?
No, that ain't the reason. I gotta go try to find it. If I
Well,
call
see,
over
James,
there.
I knew it.
What?
You ain't nothing but a liar.
I don't be lying. I'm trying to tell you the honest, the truth.
You are lying to me.
I ain't telling you no lies. No
You
lies. I
lie,
ain't
you
lying
lie,
to
you
you.
lie.
Time. I ain't even finished the sentence the whole time we talking. I hadn't told you one lie.
You've been doing this since the day I met you.
What?
Yes. When we first met, you lied. You lied about being divorced from your wife.
What? My wife ain't had nothing to do when we first got to talking. Cause
You're a liar. You've been a liar since day one.
See,
You wasn't watching no sports.
you knew.
You don't know nothing about nothing. You was a lie.
I can't even talk. See, you knew that I had a wife when you came in to get your nail done, and you got your nail done. You're sitting there, and my wife was the one by the counter that was getting her hair fixed, and then you kept cutting your eyes at me, and I said, "Look at this girl trying." And then, but we was having problems, and I do admit, I told you a few things that may not have
You're a liar, James.
been the truth, but
You're a liar. You don't love me. You say you love me, but you don't love me.
I've loved you. What I
Because if
said?
you love me, you would let me see your phone.
What? I told you that the phone is in the car somewhere. I don't know where the
I knew
phone
you
at.
was cheating on me. I knew it from day one.
No, I ain't never cheated. No, I ain't no cheater. I ain't no cheater. If I get into a relationship with a woman and she don't want to be with me, or I don't want to be with her, I just tell her.
I can't take this
I don't lie.
anymore.
I won't be lying. Why you getting so
are a
upset? You get
You
so
are a
mad.
lie. You a lie.
You get so mad every time you get mad.
I want you to get your things and pack your bag
You get when your hair flip up in the back.
and leave me alone, James. You're a lie.
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is the truth. I'm thinking.
Because you're trying to make up another story.
What?
Because you are a lie.
What? I ain't trying to make up nothing. Cause see, what happened was if I'd have had my phone, I could have told you and looked on there. See, if you just call Tyrone, and I know that the Badu song, I know Eric Badu got the song called.
I'm not calling Tyrone.
But see, no, matter of fact, it ain't good to call Tyrone, because man, don't tell your woman to call your friends, because that's how they can start getting their phone numbers and talking to them. That's a whole different situation. We're going to do another video on that. Can we do another? We're going to do another video on that. Back to you. So, let me tell you, I'm sorry. How about, can we start there? Because see, if I start with I'm sorry, that ain't a lie.
You sorry for lying.
Nope, see, that ain't how that sorry is supposed to work.
All right, let's pause. That's funny to me. All
Better
right.
watch this.
All right. So, cross-examination, right?
Yes.
So, our insecurities can take on a life of their own. Now, in this situation, we don't know what was James. If he was with Tyrone, we don't know what was going on.
He was with Tyrone.
Because he'd lie. But we don't know.
Tyrone know me. He know me. You can call him right now. I got his number in my phone, but
Yeah.
I ain't got my phone on me right now.
So, but what it is even if nothing has happened, even if it was innocent as hanging out with friends, watching a game, you know, our insecurities can take on a life of their own.
Mm-hmm.
And when you question your partner or question a colleague at work or just interrogate your children, they're going to feel like, man, this is like an authoritarian type of relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't have a say and I don't matter, and it's just, you know, what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to feel like you have an equal voice, an equal footing.
Right.
So it's important to be mindful of if, you know, you're cross-examining. Because cross-examination is a clear sign that, you know, your insecurities are taking over.
Did y'all see how nervous James got when the questions started coming in? You know, and you don't know if he was lying or telling the truth, but you know everybody was kind of leaning to it. He may be. I don't know. You know, he was defensive and funny at the same time. You know, but you want to also remember that if you do feel like you're getting interrogated or people are just asking you a bunch of questions or whatever, take a breath, step back. Think about what you're going to say.
Right.
You know, you have the right to think about what you're going to say. Now, what they're going to say is, hey, well, if it don't come to you, then you must be lying.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Or what? I don't have the right to ask you questions? I'm your partner, so why can't I ask you questions?
So what do? We get defensive most of the time.
Yeah.
Now we did the lighthearted, you know, James, but most of the time people that get interrogated like that or questioned like that, then they get angry. The defense is to get frustrated, to get mad, to yell, to get louder than the other person. So then that way they get that upper hand again. They get power, they get control back. You know, because that way they know that now if I meet them with more aggression, then they're gonna back down. Because now they have me kind of backed in the corner, so now I'm going to back them in the corner or kind of show more aggression to them, but in a way kind of bully them back into, you know,
Submission.
yes, but it's really, but you're still not telling the truth though, you know,
Right.
you still not getting to the actual why, and then that's why you end up having those same conversations over and over, having those same arguments over and over, because you don't get to the why. You just get defensive, bully, and then kind of get back over it, say you're sorry, and you know, you saw how James tried to say he was sorry. Figure that, let me start with sorry, so then that way I can start calming you down and get you back in control. You know, but you don't get to that why, so that argument will still continue to come back up. You know, so that doesn't get you the love you
over
want.
and over again.
You know, it doesn't get you the love you want.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing. We're talking about getting the love you want. Day 17. So on day 17, you want to get the love you want.
So cross-examining does not get you the love you want.
No, it doesn't.
You know, assertively saying, you know, I feel a little lonely when you're gone for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I want to know where you were and what was going on. But most importantly, I need you to know that, you know, I feel lonely and I feel a little worried, you know. And maybe I do. I feel a little insecure when you're out there and not communicating to me where you're at.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, and if James would have sent a text or call and just let her know where he was, you know, and just kind of give her a brief rundown, you know, of what's going on. So it could be really kind of fizzled out or dissolved if he would have just been more transparent and honest, you know, because if you just say, okay, yeah, I was with my friend's house, where is he at? Because, you know, the question was, oh, so where was he at? Okay, he was here. Okay, he lives over here. This is where he lives. This is what, you know, the other guys, because people want information. They do.
Right.
They do. Especially women, they want to know what is going on.
Nothing.
And I really can't even say just women. People in relationships want to understand. They want to know where you at. You know, let's communicate. They want that communication. You know, and that's with any type of relationship. So if you're supposed to be there, be there. If not, call and communicate.
Right. And if the other person is like really on your back, wanting to know your every move,
She wasn't playing.
putting trackers in your car, all these things, you can communicate that you need a clearer boundary with that.
Right.
Because that's your right in the relationship.
Absolutely.
But it's all on how you communicate it now.
Yes.
If you're resistant and kind of aloof, like James was in the beginning, then yeah, you're going to get that, you know, defensiveness, that aggressive behavior. Eventually, it'll get there.
And let's face it, a lot of us guys, you know, we don't want to be, you know, cross-examined. We don't. So we kind of like shut down. I'm like, oh, I don't even want to talk about this. Or here you go. Like, you know, it's another thing that comes up. It's just like, man, why? You know, why right now? You know, kind of thing. But then if you know the reason why it's coming up, because you hadn't got to the why. So if you just go with it, so just if it's the pendulum swinging, go with the swing and say, okay, all right. So what is it? What is it? So the bottom line was, she felt that he was cheating and he was lying. That was the bottom line. So maybe he's done this in the past, and if he's done this in the past, now you have to be transparent and talk about these things and say, hey, look, I was this, I'm sorry for this, you know, but now on this is where I was, this is where he lives, you know, that kind of thing. You know, you have to be open and upfront, you know, for that, to get that back, so she can get the love that she wants.
Right.
You know, and for you to get the love that you want, to kind of get back into that good graces, so to speak, and get back into that relationship that you had, or really not back into the relationship that you had, because apparently something was bad in that part of it, you know. So that's why you went somewhere. So you want to make sure that you go better. It's greater. It's all different. It's all different. It's new. In the present moment, it's different.
In the moment.
Right. It's different in this present moment.
So let's let Angela and James say goodbye to our audience. Yeah.
All right. Well, hello. I want to say thank you. Thank you for letting me come on and really help couples connect. And you'll see me again. We want you to subscribe. We want you to comment, because we want to see the comments and let us know what you think. Do you like to be cross-examined?
My life.
Maya's life. I like this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Where were you at brunch today? I came by your office and you weren't there. Whom did you have breakfast with? Did you go to that new restaurant? What did you have? Was it expensive? Who paid for it? How long were you gone? What did you talk about all that time? Why didn't you tell me you were going out to brunch? This line of questioning reveals a great deal about the childhood wounds of the interrogator. It is a sign of insecurity and mistrust and a need to control or approve of their every move. There's a big difference between cross-examination and genuine concern. We may think we're showing interest, but our interest comes across as authoritarianism or prying. This comes across as giving the third degree. Pretending we're Perry Mason or Columbo may add to our knowledge in some sense, but it subtracts from our intimacy and connection with others. When we treat our others with suspicion, we are subtly encouraging them to act out our distrust. Partners in a conscious relationship show interest in the other party's daily activities, but they show support for their freedom by not pressing for every little detail. As you talk with them today, practice asking them about their day without prying. Mirror back your report and share your day, asking them to mirror you. Today I ground myself in my own life and well-being, releasing others from the burden of my fears. I hold this thought in faith, I trust them to tell me all I need to know.
Ma's life. Ma's life. Yeah, check out the new merch. Get your family dripped up and draped out in the new merch. Yeah. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. That drip is here. The source, the drip is here. The son of source shorts, man, that drip is here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. We got the leggings for the lady drip. It's here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. The son of source shirts. The drip is here. Source's brain shirts, man, that shirt is so tight. Man, that shirt is so tight. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live, man. Don't mess up my vibe. You can see the vibrations on the front. You can raise your vibrations on the front. You ain't gotta worry about it. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. You can get some socks. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. Ma's life. Ma's life. The drip is so vibe. The drip is so live. The drip is so live. Don't mess up my vibe, man. That shirt is so live. The son of source shirt. The son of source shirt. Man, that shirt's so live. Man, that shirt's so live. Don't mess up my vibe. Don't mess up my vibe. The merch is here. The merch is here. Ma's life. Ma's life, man. That merch is here. Man, get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Get your shirt. Man, don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Get some socks. Get some socks. You can get a dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. You can get your dog shirt. That messed up my vibe. Man, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibe. That shirt is so live. Son of source. Son of source. Son of source. Son of southern source. Son of southern source. The source healing center shirt. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Let your family get draped up in the drape. Let your family get dripped in the drape. Hey, that shirt is so live. Don't mess up my vibes. Ma's life. Ma's life. The merch is here. The merch is here. The merch is here. Hey.